sometimes things don't add up in life. You know, maybe we mismanage our money when we're young and when we're learning to make ends meet and deal with a paycheck. And as we get older and we gain more experience, we make better moves with our money, better investments, consider assets, liabilities, all those different things. And things become valuable to us that once had no value at all. Our perspective can change as we see life more fully and truthfully, and we end up making more and more decisions thinking about the end, how we're going to finish, than the beginning. And in our verses today, Paul states that there has been a drastic change in his own accounting and value system from a spiritual standpoint. And he didn't need a CPA to do the math on his relationship with God and how he lived his life. Something had happened to him, and that was salvation by grace alone, through faith alone in Jesus Christ. And his spiritual accounting had shifted dramatically. And in the verses for today, we have read that whatever Paul had counted as gain or profit is now considered a loss for the sake of Christ. You know, his upbringing, his position of influence, and all of his good works that he counted on to make him righteous were now considered useless or a loss. But what he had previously considered a loss, faith in Christ, is now what he calls a gain. In fact, having Jesus isn't just gaining something good, but it's gaining everything. And he gained someone perfect, righteous, and soul-saving. And he goes on to say here that he now considers everything a loss compared to the surpassing worth of knowing Christ. And everything else is garbage. But Jesus is most valuable. He wants to be found in him and in his righteousness alone, not anything he can do in and of himself. It's all about faith and knowing Jesus. It's important for us to think about that ourselves. Well, what do we consider gain in our own lives, and what is a loss? And he wants to know Jesus, his resurrection power, and even his sufferings. And he's aware that although he is pursuing this, he has not yet arrived as he strives and presses on towards his goal. And that's what we aim for and what we pursue. And that's the finish line we have in mind, is Jesus. And I've ran a lot of road races, from 1 mile fun runs to marathons and all the distances in between. And believe me when I tell you, you must know the race that you are in and what you are running for. As in any race, we leave from where we are and we move toward our goal, our destination, our finish line. We can't be distracted, looking backwards, or being weighed down by anything that keep us from finishing well. And this straining and striving and pressing ahead like a runner is what Paul has in mind here as he described his pursuit of Christ-likeness. And we too must always pursue him and press onward and strain towards the goal. And if there's anything hindering us in our faith, we lay it down, and we are then free to endure life's course as we have not arrived quite yet. So whatever's happening in your life today, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. Keep running your race, keep pressing forward, and keep fighting, because anything other than Christ is ultimately worthless.